BMX. Got two boys. It matters because I just ran the whole. This is called a trek. We've done it concrete, and then we just did what's that, clay dirt hills. Super scary. Super scary. The whole time I'm like, Lord, don't wipe out in front of these people. Please just don't. The hill looks super deep. And as you maneuver your muscles trying to figure out how to handle the pace that you're going to be forced to, you got to know when to push and when to relax, right? When to let the speed take you and when to get momentum. And that's life. That's a whole sermon in itself. But it's, the environment determines it, not you. The hill is the hill. It's coming. So you better figure out how to pedal when you need to and how to ride the wave when it's time to. And I think that's just, I was like, well, we should talk about that. I really want to have a brief but like super juicy conversation with those of my women, because we work with singers and women in confidence who push when it's not time to push and who don't ride the wave and rest when it's time to ride the wave and rest. Most of us are kind of pushing the whole time, and the only time we rest is when you tank. Like you're pregnant and you're swollen and you can't, or you're sick. And it's not sustainable. You can't have a life that you want when you are allowing the environment to make you push the whole time. So it's really important as women who are going to confidently create wealth, and when I say wealth, I mean in all areas. The Bible says good success. I mean affluence and abundance in everything: your health, your relationships, your obviously your finances. I think it's like 74, I think 78, or I gotta look it up, but some statistics that way too many women who keep their money in cash. For those of us who even have cash, most middle class don't have cash. People who do have it, they keep it in cash. No. The money is going to depreciate. Like inflation is $100 is worth about $10 for over 60 years. 91% of the dollar has tanked. So we're not coasting on the coast. It's a lot like having a baby. 9-10 minutes of it, you just gotta kind of wait it out. Eat right, go to bed, hydrate. You're not doing much of work. You had very little to do with that baby actually, taking root in your womb and then staying alive. You're gonna be healthy, I hope. But I mean, all the mechanics are kind of divine, right? But there is a time when it's time to push, right around that 10-month mark, and they're like, okay, we're ready. And then you have to push. And then you have to relax and wait it out and learn and ride the wave, right? So most of us don't know. And we're just like, we're surviving and we're pushing and we're scared and we're holding and we're da-da-da-da. And it is making us sicker, and it's ruining our health, and it's diminishing the wealth that we have in our entire life, because you have a whole life. You have a whole life. You have a whole life. Hopefully you have people who you're in love with. You get to spend time with them. You're free. You have, foods that you want to eat, and water, clean water. You want to be able to have a life, a whole life. It's not just the money. It's the life that you're trying to have, that the Lord has said you can have. God said, I want to give you this life. But if you're only in one gear, right? We're riding bikes. If you're in one gear, you don't know when it's time to. Don't pedal. It was so funny. They were like, so this is when you coast. Don't pedal. You gotta it's called roll. Be just rolling. Roll it out. That momentum, after you push, that momentum would just roll me over several hills. I'm like, oh, you get your breather and you push again. Super dope. So I hope that this little bitty, like some of you know, I've been pushing too hard. It's too hard. I'm trying. Those are the words you'll hear a woman say when she's pushing too hard. I'm just tired. You're pushing too hard. It's not supposed to be that hard. Let it be easy. Let it be. And you have to learn. It's a trait that we have to learn to be able to see, where is it easy for me? Where is it easy for me? Right? It's not easy for me that way. I have so many coaches seeing and work with, and I'm like, that's not easy for me. That looks like way too much work. Develop the team and get the metrics and da-da-da-da, and then you gotta, get the sales script, and you gotta have this many in leads so that you can have this many in conversions, so you have this many in. I'm like, whoa. Look, I'm actually busy. Napping, enjoying my family, homeschooling, making music. Like, I don't want to do that. You're built that way. You love, this is turning you on. You're excited by that. And there are people who are like that. Women and men. They love to be able to organize things and get systems, et cetera, and systems are important. Leverage is important. But I'm talking about it's just too much going on. That's because I'm not built that way. I like freedom. I know I want freedom. Everything I'm doing, even when it was money, even when it was who I married, it was so that I can maintain who I am. I want freedom, right? Even my relationship with the Lord is because the Lord has came to give us freedom. Truth sets you free. And every time I felt bound, every time I felt locked up in something, it's because I believed a lie more than I believed in the truth. I like freedom. Some of you are attracted to order. Some of you are attracted to mercy, helping people, being someone who can fill in the gap. You are designed a certain specific way, and that is how we need to lean into creating this wealthy life for you, this peaceful life for you, this lovely, it feels good to you, for you. Yes, I hope y'all listening. When do I push? When do I ride the wave? All of us have to learn financial literacy. They don't teach it, so you gotta learn it. All of us have to learn how to be able to take care of our bodies and the systems and the way that our body, in the environment that we're in. They're not teaching it. Okay, so you gotta learn this stuff. This is probably the most important stuff. All of us have to learn how to be interdependent and interpersonal, and how to be able to communicate and have conscious, conflicting conversations so that we can move our life with the people we love forward. All of us have to learn these things. I don't know why they're not teaching these things. These are the most important things to learn. Let's learn this. But how do you do it? How do you create the wealth? How do you gain the financial literacy that feels good to you? How do you create the environment, the network of people that are actually going to affirm who you actually are? Not who they tell you should be, who you actually are. Some of you are not even motivated by money. The people who are motivated by money can't even conceive of it. And you're like, so we're going to do money all day? So how do we help you? Right? You're like, I don't care. That's wild. We only got one track mind, or some people are not even motivated, they're not motivated. So then we have to be able to help you with the life you know God is calling you to. Hello. When do I push? When do I pedal? When do I ride the wave? When do I begin? When do I say enough? That's why women who do become investors and women who do decide to commit themselves to their most excellent self are better than men, because they can see the whole picture. God bless men. Who knows, I don't want to ever be on this earth. I have 3 of them in my life. But honey, if they have one track, when they get their minds on while you make this choice, our brains are really wired to see the whole picture, not just the tree before us. That's the other. So with that in mind, you be able to have an environment and a group of people in your life who your design, what motivates you, what you want next for you and your family or your friends or your life. Today was fun. My husband, I think he actually put a video, he took a video of me and said, I'm gonna watch it and then I'll upload it so you can see how I did on the bike trail. It was scary. I don't care what anybody says. And everybody's here is quiet. The men are doing amazing things because a lot of these people are outdoors. And there's no noise. There's very little celebrating. There's not even any grunts. I'm like, y'all just gonna silently hold all this energy and excitement in. I was like, ah! Ah! But I did it. And I did it 3 times. My body's like, girl. I still got it. I love y'all.